We're done with the direct control of single acting cylinder and the direct control of double acting cylinder. Now we have the indirect control of double acting cylinder. Direct control of single acting cylinder and direct control of double acting cylinder is designed only for light loads. Okay? But if we're going to push or carry heavy loads, we cannot use direct control of single and double acting cylinder. Okay? Because if you're going to actuate the push button there in direct control of single and double acting cylinder, it will be hard for you to press the push button if they are carrying heavy loads. Now we have the indirect control of double acting cylinder. Okay, this is designed for heavy loads. Okay, so we have here another valve. This is a 5/2-way valve, spring return, but this time this is pneumatically actuated. It requires compressed air for this valve to switch over before we have a push button. Okay, now this is pneumatically actuated. It requires compressed air for this valve to switch over to this square. Okay, and then we have here a push button 3/2-way valve. Okay, so this is our push button. This is a 3/2-way valve spring return. And then we have here the FRL unit and the compressor. Okay, so from the compressor, the air will pass through the FRL unit and then supplied to port 1 of this 5/2-way valve and to port 1 of 3/2-way valve push button actuated. Okay, initially in here the air is cut off, while in this 5/2-way valve the air is in the negative chamber of the double acting cylinder, meaning the piston rod of the double acting cylinder is in backward position. Okay, now if we're going to press this button, okay, press this button and hold it, the spring will be compressed and then this square will switch over here. Okay, so let's move this. It switch over here. Okay, so the air now from 1 is passing through 2 and then to port 1, 2 of the 5/2-way valve. Therefore, the air is passing through here. The presence of compressed air here will push this 5/2-way valve. So this will switch over to the right. Okay, so now 1 is fed at 2 and then the air will pass through positive chamber. Okay, so the positive chamber of the double acting cylinder will be filled with compressed air, while the air in negative chamber will simply exhaust at port 5, so causing this piston rod to move forward. Okay, so the piston rod now is in forward position. Okay, and then if we're going to release the actuation of this push button, with the aid of the spring, this will return to its initial condition. Okay, okay, so the supply is cut off again. Okay, so there is no output at port 2. The absence of compressed air here, this 5/2-way valve will switch over to the left to its original position. Okay, because of the spring here. Okay, so the air from 1 will pass through 4 and then to the negative chamber of the double acting cylinder, and the accumulated air in positive chamber will simply exhaust at port 3, causing this piston rod to move backward. Okay, so this will move backward in the original position. Okay, so meaning it will be easy for you to actuate this push button, and the presence of air in here will switch over this 5/2-way valve. It will not be difficult for you to push this button whether there is a heavy loads at the piston rod of your double acting cylinder. Okay, so this is your indirect control of double acting cylinder for heavy loads. I hope you got it. Please share and subscribe for more. Thank you.